Good morning, everybody. Paulie from Polish Custom Skins. So today I'm going to show you how to get a template using Ben's Easy Modding software. Now, I did have somebody leave a comment on my picture today on my YouTube channel saying this doesn't work. Totally untrue. Even though it was released last year, it works perfectly fine. I've been using it all year round, and I actually used it the other day to get a template up on 1.7. So totally untrue what the guy was saying. So that was left on one of my YouTube posts the other day. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to your Chrome or whatever you use to do search or whatever. Just put Ben's Easy Modding in like that, and you get Ben's projects come up like that. Click that like so. You'll then get to Ben's page. If you scroll right to the bottom, you want this one here. Click download. So you download that like so. Open that. I'm going to open that like that. You'll then put this in a folder of your choice on your desktop, like I've got here. Just extract it to a folder like you've got there. You'll then click application, like so. You'll then get this come up. Now, if you remember the other day, I'd done a video on how to extract your base folder for both games. So you're going to need that folder as well, the two base folders for ETS2 and one for ATS. If you're unsure how to do that, then just follow that video I done the other day. So you're going to click, we're going to do ATS. Now what you can do is when you get a new truck, if you get a modded truck, shall we say, and it's unlocked, I'll bring the chart. So this is a TranStar I got the other day from Corey Watson, yeah? So what you would do is if it's unlocked, you'll just click like that. These files here, just these ones, this is how I do it anyway. You'll extract them, or you can just drag them like that into your base folder, like so, yeah? Do that. Anything comes up, just say yes, whatever. Just let that do that on its own. Just say yeah, replace file, that's fine. So we just let that do its thing. I'll share so you can see it's actually working properly for itself. I know it's going to go slow now. There we go. So we can get rid of that one now. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. I'll just put that there. So we're only using these two folders here. So we're going to go ATS. And this is what you want, this here, UV viewer. Click that. Get rid of that. And this is what you'll have. This will be the size of your template. Now, obviously, the truck templates are 4096 by 4096. Trailer templates will be 496 by 2048. So if you get this file, go open model. So this is inside your ATS 157, what you've got here, yeah, what I just showed you. There. You'll click vehicle, truck. Look for your truck up there, whichever one you put in. This is the international, this is Corey's truck that we put in the other day. You can see the date there. So click that. We're going cabin. And he's only got the one cabin on this, so it's the PMG cabin 82-inch PMG. So we're just going to double click that, let that do its thing, and then you'll come up to something like this. Loads of different boxes. Normally you don't touch UV0, there'll be UV1. So you scroll down, look at these boxes, you're going down. That looks like the back of a cab or the roof. That looks like the side of the cabs. That looks like the front of the cabs. You can click through these other boxes if you want to see if there's anything on there that you think will be missing. Sometimes there is, sometimes there isn't. You might click something like that, and it'll show up like that. Obviously, that's nothing to do with the model. So you don't know. So just click it again, and that'll go back off. So you've then got this. This is the truck now. What it is. This is the actual template on the truck. As you can see, the lines are a bit thick. So you can change this here. You can put whatever color you want. So if you want to do purple, you can say add purple. So then your lines could be purple. You could then adjust the thickness of the lines on the template, like so. So you normally have it at 1. I'll put that back to black. So you won't want that colour, to be honest. We just put it back to black. Like so. And there's your template. So that's all that template is for that truck. Now, normally you might have another truck that's got air filters and stuff like that, and it might not be all in this one here. So you might have to go to UV2 as well. And you might find some parts in here as well. So you just click them and they'll add it onto, they can just go onto this as well normally. If you've got to add the parts separate, so what we can do, I'll save the cab first so you can show you. So it saves as a PNG. You want to make sure that's 4996 by 4996. Click OK. We're going to save it in the Transtars folder. Just save it as a PNG. Name it whatever you want to name it. That's your choice. Click OK. Right. Now, if you need other parts, so you'll open model. Let's go back again. Then you'll go back to, I don't think there's anything else for this chassis, is there? Because the chassis can't be painted. Let me check this one here. So everything should be on the one template for this truck as far as I know. Let's just make sure. There's anything else there. So if you've got a truck that's got different parts that you need to put extra on, let's try and find one. Was it the International? I believe it's got separate hood and cabin. So you go to the cabin, which obviously you know the cabin part of it. So there's a cabin on this one. So there's the cabin for the International 9900i. So it's a 72 cabin. So you got the cabin there, the separate. Obviously, there's nothing else here to go with it, and that's the only one we got is UV0. So that's the actual cabin. So you save that as a PNG. You then get to open model again. Click that, and then you're going to go to accessories. Now, obviously, the hood's missing on that one. So if you double click hood, it should be that one, and it should be that. And I think the other one as well. You can click that one as well. I believe there you go. So then what you do is you save that as a PNG. So let me save that so I can show you. Save. Leave that so that size like that. We just put int hood. Let's just make sure that saves. Okay. So there's a int hood. You sometimes get this is where it don't save properly. So just double check it's saved, and if it's saved like a blank like that, just resave it again, and it should be fine. You do get that every now and again. I don't know why, but it just happens every now and again. It's always happened ever since I've used this software. Let's go back and get the cab for the International. A good cabin, 72. There's a cabin. So save the image as a PNG, like so. We should put cabin, like so. And then what we'll do is we open that up. If you open that up in your software, your skinning software, which everyone uses, then you'll just basically add both these two templates together. So there you can see that sits on the template like that. So you get the hood, drag the hood onto your software, just pull the hood into place like so, and then you can see. Let me just put a dark thing under the behind it so you can see it. So you can see there, the line's not very thick on this, so you could always increase the line thickness on the template if you wanted to. So that'd be your template. You could save that like that, and you've got the hood and the cab together. Now, sometimes you might have to find the cab deflectors at the back as well. So again, you say on the same truck, got two accessories, and you got all these here that should have parts in them, basically. There should be, I believe, is it them? Might be them. Oh, that's the roof hanging. So you'll have the roof on there. And then if you go back, look through the other accessories, what do they call them on there? Is it side deflector? So you got side deflector A, B, and C. So if you could just go through some of these and just have a look. It could be them, by the looks of it. So if we save them, no, let's get, is it the big one we want down? On for the model, if we get to C and then see what that one does. So you see there, you got the bigger ones. There's a few bits and dabs there as well. So if you say, let's just check what that is. No, that's nothing. Right, so if we save that as a PNG, cab deflectors, let that do its thing. So that'll save as a PNG. Go to our, that's our template, get our folder, which is where we've been saving them in there. So you get the cab deflectors there. Drag them onto the template like so. Go into your software, move them into place. Put them above everything. Move them into place like so. Make sure everything's in place, and then you can see, look, them at the back of the cab. So sometimes you have to do that. You have to add all different parts onto the template as well. Some parts you won't be able to add onto the template. They'll just be separate on a different template altogether because they're just too big. You know, you could have it where you've got 4 or 5 different templates altogether, separate. Or you could, you've got 3 different templates here, but them all on, you can actually add all these together and you'll be able to skin the truck like that. So that you could add different, say obviously you have the deflectors there, and then obviously there's other deflectors you can use, which was, where's it gone? So then you could open the model again, so you've got B deflectors and you've got C deflectors. Obviously these are different lengths, which are going to be for the different cabs, because you've got different, you've got the different cab sizes, if you remember, for the truck. So again, if you go back to that, if you go back to cabin, you've got, so you've got the day cab, 51 cab. So if we click that, so you can see there, you've obviously got a different size cab. So the other deflectors that sit at the back of here, obviously the smaller ones that sit there. So you'd actually pick them ones up as well, the smaller ones, so if you're skinning the different size cabs. Let's see if we can show a different truck. So you got the 680, the new one. So you got the, this is the SCS truck. Again, just click the model. There's nothing there. So go to UV1. So there's the main body, main cabin, and the roof and the back of the cab. And forget what parts it is on here. So we'll leave them like that for now. Let's click on 2 as well. There's nothing on 2. So we use 1. Just check these parts here just in case there's anything you need. Which don't look like it. So these are nothing here. Just click them back off. So you only want this one here. So we save that as a PNG again. I'll just put T680. Press save. Press OK. Let's just check that it's saved OK. So then we've got the 680 cab there. So then what we're going to do is you need to obviously look for the hood. So open model. With that, go to accessories. And then you want hood. Then you got the long hood. Again, UV1. Long hood. It's obviously the wrong dimensions. So try that as that's still wrong as well. So I'm going to leave that one as 4, but then we're going to change the width one at the top instead. And that looks like it's going to be lower again. So that's the correct width there. So that one, the 1024 by 4096 instead. So what you do is save that as a PNG. 680 hood. Again, just check that that's saved. I'll be saved in the wrong dimensions. Just check your dimensions when you save it. Save as the PNG. So you want width 124. Like so. Again, just double check your save before you go up anything. There you go, right. So what we're going to do is we'll open this up in Affinity. We'll then grab the hood, 680 hood. Again, just drop them together. Now, if I'm correct, that should just sit there like that. So you just put that like that. You've obviously got the back of the deflectors you can pick up now as well. And if I'm correct, I think this one's got 2 different hoods. Open model. So you got the short hood as well. So now you'll have to adjust this one again now. So this one works on 4096. Again, save as a PNG. Make sure you change the sizes. Put 680 short. Like so. So then what you do is go to your, we've got that one there. Just drop that on your template. Now obviously what you do is with this, you line, make sure it lines up. So you got your two, let me put a square at the back of them. So obviously you've got your 2 hoods there. So what you would do if you wanted to do a skin on the short hood, you just click the lower hood there, the long hood top, or if you just wanted one on the long hood, you'd obviously just do that like so. And obviously you change that, you just do that with the XML. The XML should be done on Mod Studio 2 anyway, so don't worry about that. Now obviously, we'll leave the long hood on. Now obviously there should be some rear side deflectors here as well. So let's go back to Finalizing modding, file, ample model, go back to accessories, and then we want, sometimes that comes with the rear deflectors, side deflector. So you got day, standard. Let's see if this is the right ones. I believe that's them, I think, if I'm correct. Not sure if that's anything. No. We check 2 as well. No, nothing on there. So what we'll do is we'll save that one as a new, save that as a 4096. Side deflect. That'll do. You can name them whatever you want to name because I'm only templates at the end of the day. Let's lose that at 1 minute. Go to our templates. Side deflect. Wherever I put it. I see no change. So save this time. It's saved as a dark. So again, go back to save. You sometimes get this happen. Flash replace. And hopefully that should have saved this time. No, still done the same thing. So again, try again. Put side. And it looks like you're saving that side. Doesn't look like it wants to save that for some reason. Don't know why. You do get that happen every now and again. I don't know why it does that, to be fair. Is it doing this time? It might have been because I haven't actually clicked on it, does it? Right, so we get the side deflectors, drag that onto your template like so. Again, move it around into place like so. As you can see there, they're just side deflectors. One's the outside one, one's the inside one. These are all the brackets on the inside of the side deflector at the back. on the back of the cab and on the back of the deflector. So obviously you need the deflectors what sit there as well, what go on the top here as well. So if you go back into your files, go back into your Benzene modding, press OK, open model. So you're going to go back into accessories again. So this is where you'll look for different things that you need for the cab. Obviously, we all know there's another side deflector at the top there. That's the one we've already looked at. So it could be a roof deflector. It's just the fact of trying to find where it is now in the different parts that I'm on here. And this is where I say to people, when people say, "Oh, you should be able to do a template packing," this is what you have to put up with sometimes, where you've got to start looking for stuff. It could be that one. No. Try that one. No. Is that one? There we go. There's the top of the cabs. Now, obviously, you get different. If you open the model, you've got one for the 52 and one for the day cab. So obviously, we're gonna download this one. So we're gonna save that as a PNG, like so. Just put roof deflect. Yeah, roof deflect. Like so. Let that do its thing. Press OK. Go to this template folder. There's your roof deflector. Again, now you're going to drag that onto your template, like so. Move it into position, like so, and there you can see, look, it all fits up. It all lines up. So you can just, that's it. That's your template basically done. Because I think now when they originally released this truck, we used to get the side skirts. They used to sit at the bottom here, but I'm pretty sure they don't sit there no more. So there's your template now for the T680. Right, so what we'll have a look is we'll just double check the side skirts on the actual truck. So side skirt. So it tells you here short, long, long paint, standard. So they're all different templates there. So we'll get to the long one. UV. So there's see now these are a separate template now. So what you got to do with these is work out what length these are. I'm pretty sure it's that. I think that's too thin. Yeah, that's too thin. So I'm pretty sure it's that. So you would have these separate on their own. So you'd obviously skin these separate to the actual cab. And again, you'd have different, you've got different, you've got short, you've got long. Let's just have a look. So you've got the long ones there, which are a bit longer. Again, on the model, you've then got long 52, UV1 again. And obviously different shape. So you just got to adjust these so it looks right on the screen to yourselves. On the model. And obviously you got the day cab ones as well. UV1. And there you go. So these would all be on separate. These would actually be separate templates. So if I open, let me just show you on Mod Studio 2. Advanced skin. Do you want the T680 new gen, which is that one? So you do. There's your different cabins. Your day cab, your 52 and your 76, and then your accessories. So you got a bumper one as well. So there's bumpers, you'd have to find that as well. There's your cab deflectors. Now the cab deflectors, if I'm correct, you shouldn't have to skin them separate to the main template because they fit on the main template. So you should be able to leave that blank. Corner deflectors, so you can look for them as well, find them. You've obviously got the short and the long hood. But to me, I don't think you'd have to click this. I think you could leave that unticked. But just test it. That's all you got to do. That's all I do is stuff. We just test different things. You got the mirrors that can be painted. They're just side skirts that we've just been looking at. Side deflectors again. So what's the cab deflector? And side deflectors. Let's have a look at that. So there's going to be the bump. So it's the bumper as well. We need to find as well. So if you aren't looking for certain parts, then you can actually look in Mod Studio 2 if somebody's released the XML, so you can see what parts you're actually looking for. So obviously we've just seen the side skirts. We've done the hoods. We've done the cab deflectors. So what they're saying there, bumpers. So you don't put model. You go to accessories. So now you're gonna be looking at bumpers. You've got chrome, so don't worry about them. You've got standard paint with fog and air out, and again, don't worry about the plastic. So let's go to the aero one. Again, UV1. Again, you'll adjust this to how you think it's going to look. And I think it's that one. Pretty sure it's that one. I'll put model. Standard fog paint. Again, click on that. Yeah, just click on that. Let's open the other one. Low paint. Yeah, pretty sure it's that one. It could actually be that one, couldn't it? So you might just have to play around with the sizes to make it look so you think it looks how it should look. It could be that because they've been messing about with some sizes lately with the I know in ETS2 they've changed the size on some of the trailer templates. And then at 1048 now or something like that. 1024 something like that. So that could be the actual bumper one. So it'd be 512 by 4096. Or you could do it at 2048 that work. So it'd be 4096. I'll put model. So you'd obviously look for that one and that one, that one and that one. So it doesn't be them for you. You'd be looking for the crown ones and the plastic. You won't be bothering with them because they don't need painting. Again, so you're looking for cab deflectors. I think this is one we found, weren't it? Yeah, so what they've done is, I'm not sure that whoever's on the XML, they've included literally like all the different parts that they're doing separate, but obviously they're all on the main template. So what you would do, as that is like that, so you've got the side deflectors here, you've got the cab itself, you've got the two hoods are on there as well, and you've got the roof deflectors on here as well. So you just say that as one template like that. So these you wouldn't need to tick on Mod Studio 2. So you wouldn't tick them. You wouldn't tick the sides, the side deflectors either. You'd leave them unticked, but you do all your skin work on that part there. So that'd be your main skin, basically. With your hoods, either do one for the long hood, do one for the short hood, whichever you want to do. But I don't think you'd have to press the hood separate. Just play around with this and test it just to make sure. What was the other one was after? Corner window air deflectors. So let me have a look. I think they're just little parts of these, if I remember rightly. Is that in there? Yeah. So these are what just sit. So these might need adjusting. So if you save them as a PNG, I'll just put corner. Like so. Move this out of the way. Move that out of the way. Pick our template up corner. We'll just drag that onto the template like so. Move that into place. And that same corner things that sit there on the actual what do you call it, the window frame sort of thing on the side there. So you can see they sit on there perfectly fine as well. If you wanted to do them separate and do something fancy on them, you could obviously skin them separate to everything else. You just knock everything else off like so. Leave them on their own. do whatever you want to do with them, save them separate to the main template, and then you could actually tick them there separate and just put that in there if you're doing something fancy on that, if you want to do it like that. And we'll see all the mirrors. So just remember, some models you might have to go around looking for different different parts. Some you don't. Some of them is pretty straightforward. So you got camera paint. I presume this is just a little part. So you got normal ones there. So them are no good. Them are no good. So these are your normal ones. So you click them like that. We'll just put mirror. Save. Let that do its thing. Move that out the way. So obviously you can click these separate if you wanted to, but we're going to be able to put them on the main template, I think, by the looks of it. Let's just open everything back up, like so. Get the templates. So we pick the mirror up, drop that in there. Like so. Move that around. And then you got your mirrors there as well. So you can paint them separate if you want to paint them separate. Again, if you want to do them separate to everything else, you could obviously just click everything else off, or you could just use a solid color on them on their own, on the actual on the end, just put a solid color in there, just a 4x4. So you've got camera mirror and you've got standard mirror. So you just pick the templates up for both of them if you wanted to. We just shoot camera, open model. So what's that one then? Is that a bit further away? So save that one. We'll put this one as mirror one, just to check it. Okay, lose that out of the way. Back onto here. Get to our template. Mirror one. I think it's the same one, to be honest. Don't think there's much difference with them. No. They're just same mirrors, so not a problem with them. So you don't actually need them. So there's your main template, really. That's all your template for the 680, the SCS truck. And as you can see, we've had to put different parts on there to get them together, so you can see the different parts as well. And that's how you get your templates using Benzesi modding. That's from 2024 and works perfectly fine. So yeah, they'll believe everything that people say on the internet. At the end of the day, I wouldn't tell people to use it if I knew it weren't working. And myself, Pub's been using it as well. I use it all year round. So if it weren't working, I won't be using it. So say you just go into his website, go scroll right to the bottom, press download there, and then use it from that. He has got his own tutorial, I believe. I've never looked at that myself personally. So there is other stuff you can use from Benzesi modding, but that's up to you if you want to use them. I'm just showing you how to use the UV exporter. Okay. And that's all you'll use there. You can view a model as well, I believe. If you go to get it. So I'm going to go there, vehicle, truck. So you look at cabin. Oh no, it's SCS models only. Truck, cabin. And you can see something like that. Oh, there's the international. It takes a bit of time to come up sometimes. There's the 680. That's just a 3D model of it, basically, just a model viewer. So you wouldn't really use that, to be honest. So don't worry about that. This is the one you use for your templates. Okay, so I hope that helps you out. Of course, always grateful for the support. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe on the video. If you've got any questions, come ask me in the Discord or leave a question underneath the video. Yeah, so I hope that helps everybody out and makes people realize how hard it can be to get templates out of trucks and how long it can take. It's just the same with trailers, exactly the same sort of process. Obviously trailers, you don't always get a lot of parts, not as many parts. You do get, the side skirts and obviously boxes underneath in the trailer and whatever. So it's exactly the same process. You get the main skin, the main part, and then the parts underneath. So it's the same sort of process, just picking the different parts up if they've got loads of different parts. Other than that, that's it, people. So I'll probably have a driving one out a bit later on today, possibly in ATS for Louisiana again. We'll probably do another delivery from one of the cities. It'll probably be a free mod, I think, today. Not sure which one we're going to use yet. I'll see. So at that, have yourselves a fantastic day, and I'll speak to you a bit later. Take care.